Face that running up.
Good evening, War Band. It is your boy, Sir Yeetus. Welcome to episode 157 of Yeetus' Thoughts. So, right now, at the moment, you already know that Hot Girl Summer is almost over, right? It's only around a month away. Let's give a little leeway. A month and a half away before they try to get into cuddle season. And right now, in our time, where it's most dire, way more women are desperate to get into a relationship, or even better, a marriage. Gemma, you already know how it is, especially when it comes to yourselves. You know how things are going to get really tough. It's going to get really tough. The more that shit drags on when it comes to world affairs, when it comes to China and Taiwan, when it comes to Russia and Ukraine, you already know that the inflation is not going to get any better. It's going to get a lot worse. So much worse. So you already know that a lot of modern women these days, they love to have that facade of, I'm strong, I'm independent, and I don't need a man. But as soon as it starts getting cold, as soon as it starts getting chilly, as soon as she starts to fall behind on her various bills, all of a sudden she wants to get into a relationship. Gentlemen, very soon I'm going to explain to you the various reasons on why she is such in a rush to go get married, right? And I'm not even talking about the young ones, right? The pretty privileged women. They're the ones that they're going to get shit handed to them regardless, right? At least as long as society stands on their feet. I'm talking about the one that are post-wall single mothers, etc., etc. They're the ones that they're desperate to have a man to put a ring on their finger. And before I continue, Gray was supposed to join. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know if he's late or not, or he got caught up, but I'm sure he'll join later on. No worries. And on top of that, I'm gonna read a quick chats before I begin. I'll go ahead and read. Hey, what's going on, Hyperion? Yeet. What's going on? The Ant-Man channel. Cuddle season equals cheat season. Ant-Man, I'm about to go in today. I'm about to go in very soon. Oh yeah. It's about to I'm about to expose him. Expose him. Oh Lordy. Oh, take it as a compliment. Hey Rio, are you sipping up in this bitch? Hold up. Oh, he's not sipping. Okay, I was just making sure. Hey, ain't no sipping in my motherfucking comments. Fuck you mean? I thought he was sipping for that. I'm like, wait, what you mean? Like, what did she do that was so glamorous that she will take your compliment? But Rio, you good, you good. All right. Chaz, the food, what's going on? How's everyone? I have a good stream earlier today. Why didn't you let me know, Chaz? Why didn't you let me know? I could have joined. I could have joined. But you didn't let me know. You didn't invite me. You didn't invite your boy, Sir Yeetus. Why? Why didn't you invite me? Ant-Man, LOL, go in, Yeetus. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be real good. Do. Oh, also, there'll be a brief break because I did order some good-ass food because I did not feel like cooking today. So I ordered nothing but protein. I have to get in my post-workout meal. So when the time comes, I'll let you guys know. It'll be a brief break, just a brief. I just gotta go outside and pick up my food. On top of that, if you want to support your boy Sir Yeetus and the War Band, there's that one link on top of the chat that you can donate to. That is Cash App. That is the best possible way to donate because the money goes directly to me. Or you can do the super chat, or you can do the super thanks. If you cannot donate, I do not care. It's all good in the neighborhood. Just sit back, relax, and listen to my ramblings. All right, I'm pretty sure that's a good deal. I believe that's a good deal. But gentlemen, okay. So before we begin, because I do have a couple of things that I want to put out there when it comes to women rushing to get married, especially in 2022. Everybody in the chat, do you believe women want to get married out of love, or do you think women want to get married out of security? So put a one in the chat if you believe a woman wants to get married out of love, or put a two if you believe a woman wants to get married out of security. Cause that's what a lot of people they can't comprehend. I see a lot of twos. I see a lot of twos, and I don't see any type of rebuttal either. What I'm trying to say, because we already know, both men and women. Women they love quote unquote opportunistically. Men they love quote unquote idealistically. Okay, so women they get into a relationship hoping that that man will change into her own molded vision. Men they get with women hoping that she won't change, and that's where the miscommunication come out. And it gets very bad at that point. That's where the miscommunication comes in, because she wants you to conform to her ideals, but you as a man wants her to not change who she is. And I'm not just saying like, oh, she has to stay at the same mindset for the rest of her life. Of course, the mindset will always change, but everything else, why can't she be the person to just say, hey, yes, I will always be by your side. I will always make sure that you're good. I'll make the kids are good. I'll make sure that the house is good. I will make sure that I will put my neck out for you to make sure that the whole family wins. What kind of woman that's out there anymore? I personally only know one woman, and she's taken. That's why we tell you, gentlemen, these unicorns that you're trying to look for out there, 9.999 out of 10, they're already taken. They're already taken by the Chad Tyrones or the rich guys. Like they already got scooped up. And I seen it firsthand. Bro, do you know how okay, I'm gonna keep it real. Do you know how envious I was? I was so envious of that one person that had that wife that was literally covered up head to toe and was literally on standby on what her husband needs next while the husband was at work, because me and her husband, we were working together, and this wife came and got the exact foods that he requested. He's like, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. If you don't have this, you can get that. It's all good. Just make sure you have this. And she came around 30 minutes later. Bam, got everything that he wanted. Gentlemen, you just need to understand the envy that these young men had, right? Because once again, it wasn't just me, my coworker, it was other people as well that were working at the time, and we were seeing everything. And we were just like, yo, where the fuck did you find her? Where did you find her? Because she is non-existent with the women that we have to deal with today. She is non-existent. You know how quick a man will be able to settle if they were able to cop a girl that was like my coworker's wife? Oh man, Man. And then I find out she has 5 kids. She has 5 kids, but she is very fit. She is not fat whatsoever. Very fit. She is lean and she is mean. I can tell. And once again, she was covered up head to toe. I can tell that she definitely takes very good care of her body because she knows that's what her husband wants. That's what her husband wants. Why is it so hard for modern women today to do the exact same thing? Oh my god. Like, are you serious? We're us as men as a whole, as a collective, we're not asking for much, but for some goddamn reason, modern women, they still fuck it up anyway. They intentionally fuck it up. They fuck it up to the point where they are literally making men going their own way. And then they get pissed about men going their own way because of their own horrible actions and decisions. Are you serious? Are you serious? Gentlemen, like I said before, there's a lot of factors that you have to vet if you're trying to get serious with a woman. And best believe my coworker, he said that he vet his wife like strictly, like he vet her like it was no tomorrow. And remember, they got together, social media was barely a thing. Hell, the wife didn't even know what social media was, which is a key factor, right? She didn't even know what social media was at the time. The family was good. She was in good standing with her parents and her siblings and stuff. She got instilled good morals, ethics, values, and she was a religious girl. What more could you ask for from a woman? I know there's more, but I'm talking about rhetorical. That is pretty much the basic of what a man is looking for. That is the basic. But things got so run amok these days in society. How can they act shocked that men are like, fuck this, I don't want to deal with this anymore? It makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. And I know you guys send me super chats, but hey, give me 1 minute. I'll be right back because my food got here. Give me 1 minute. I'll be back. All right, y'all. I have returned. What is going on? I am back. I got my food. It's ready to go. Smelling good. But the food comes later. I'm here for the homies in the war band. I'm here for you guys. Okay. I can always eat. All right. What I was going for. Okay. So based on what I explained when it comes to the ideal wife that men are looking for. Can you guys see that in modern women today? I'm talking about men that are living in the United States, living in Canada, or living in Western Europe. Put a one in the chat if you believe that there's modern women out there that can meet that criteria today. Put a one in the chat if you believe there's women out there that can meet that criteria to the point where you will put a ring on her finger. Cause you gotta understand, gentlemen. There's always those unicorns. But I already said before, the unicorns nine times out of 10 are already taken. You don't even have a chance. What I mean, don't have a chance. I mean you have a very low chance. Not saying that you can't get lucky. Not saying that maybe somehow by you align the stars with the moon and the solar system, wherever it is, and God is not, you know, God's feeling generous that day. Maybe you will find that exception to the rule of everything that we talked about. But you got to understand, gentlemen, you got to think of probability. Men think in probability, women think in possibility. Women always think about that tiny, tiny 0.00000001% of something happening that will go in her favor. They ignore everything else. They ignore the entire warnings and stuff. They don't care about that. They always go for that. Well, there's a possibility. Oh, there's a chance. Oh, maybe. Oh, like no. Men, we don't roll that way in life. We don't roll in possibilities. We roll in probabilities, right? For example, and I used this example before. If you walk through the 100 landmines, right? There's a field full of landmines, and 50% of them will explode and will kill you. 100 landmines, half of them, 50%, will explode and kill you. Would you walk through it? Hell no. Hell no. That's how it feels when a man takes a chance when it comes to pulling a ring on a woman's finger right now in 2022, when it comes to marriage and stuff. And I'm just being I'm literally being generous right now with the 50-50. I'm being beyond generous because I guarantee you but what about the other 50%? They're married, they're still together. Do you really think they're still happy? Do you really think that they still want to be together? You really think that they're still in the honeymoon phase? You really think that the wife or the husband are still faithful at that point? Because believe it or not, it's very rare for a husband and wife to be together for so long and still stay faithful to each other. It's rare. So I'm tired of the illusions. I'm tired of the exceptions to the rules that modern women try to put on us, try to portray as marriage ain't that bad, marriage ain't this, marriage ain't that. No, I am living in reality. And reality is telling me, hey, one false move, I can get destroyed. Because it's not if she will divorce me. It's not if she will take my kids. It's not if she will take my car and dog. It's not if I have to pay child support and alimony. It's the fact that I will have to sit there and I can't do nothing. And she can, at 10 years, at 20 years, at 30 years, at 40 years, she can divorce me at any time and I can't do nothing about it. Side topic. I can have a kid by a girl. I can have a kid, and she can easily be like, you know what? I don't want a kid anymore. I'm gonna go to the abortion clinic, and I'm gonna end your bloodline right here, right now. You can't do shit. And then they wonder why men are walking away and not giving a fuck. Are you kidding me? If I have no control over a situation, especially a situation that can definitely damage me for years to come, why would I put myself in that situation in the first place? See, they don't want men to think rationally. They don't want men to think with logic because the shit that I'm saying right now, it goes against their narrative. It goes against their narrative. They don't want you to think about all that. They don't want you to think in probability. They want you to have that whole factor as a man that, oh, she's not the rest of these girls. Oh my god, she's a queen, she's an angel. Oh, the red pill, the MGTOW, and black pill, or whatever it is, they're all wrong. And then 10, 20, 30, 40, hell, even 50 years later, bam, she drags you through divorce and family courts. You got to understand, gentlemen. You got to understand. And I'm sure majority of you that's watching right now, you guys already do. But this is for the newcomers that decides to, watch this live stream in the future. How is she the prize? How is she the prize? When everything that comes from you that she takes changes her life for the better. I repeat, how is she the prize? When anything that she takes from you, whether it is your seed, whether it is your resources, whether it is your protection, whether it is your time, whether it is your attention, it improves her life for the better. How is she the prize? You gotta think about it, gentlemen. Gentlemen, you gotta think about it. Oh man, it is no joke. No joke whatsoever. And the ego and the delusions out there is so out of control, it's not be funny. Listen, if you don't believe me, what is that one channel? Chat, which channel is the one that does the interviews? Because I forgot his name, not gonna lie. Which one is the one that did the interview with Kevin Samuels and mediocre tutorial reviews? They go around and interview people. I forgot it's complicated channel. Is that what it's called? It's complicated. Let me know what the channel is. If you don't believe what I'm saying, go watch that guy's YouTube channel. The one that goes around and actually asks red pill, legit, rational, and logical questions. Watch all his videos, and you'll see how delusional and fucked up the modern woman's brain is. There it goes. Yep, it's complicated. Thank you, Gone with John. Gone with John. I've seen you a couple times in my community posts and a couple of my videos. If you want to hop on in the future, let me know, man. Just let me know in the comments, and we can definitely hook some up. No biggie whatsoever. TFM was talking about a story earlier where a guy put 365 in a jar, and he took $1 out for every time his girlfriend yelled at him. At the end of the year, there were $40 left in the jar. Well, if she knew about that jar, that she should have kept the mouth shut. But of course, she's not going to keep her mouth shut because, again, like we preached before, primarily women base their decision on emotions. Keyword primarily. I hate these fucking feminists. Like, oh, so you call it women dumb? You call it women stupid? You call it women? No. I know women that are intelligent, but when it comes to making rational decisions, not really. Not really. Especially if shit gets real. I'm talking about if there's some type of violence, if there's some type of obstacle, if there's some type of um thing that they need to overcome, they're not really that great when it comes to dealing with their emotions. That's just life. That's life. As the older you get, the more you understand. All right. And if you're young, gentlemen, if you're a young man, heed my warning. Heed the warnings that you're seeing in the chat. We're not just saying this. We're not just pulling this out of our ass. This is real life experience. Okay? Because we made those mistakes, but you as a young man, you can be wise enough to learn from our mistakes. So just think carefully. Cesspool, I would, but I want to plan it. I want to see if we can get people to actually come on over, and we'll start from the beginning when it comes to uh doing a stream. See if we can talk about something that we can both agree on, or disagree. Disagree. Either or is perfect. But I say for this, it's mainly me. Hopefully Gray is able to join, but if not, it's all good. But for the future stream, if he can do it sometime this week, that'll be perfect, and we can definitely do a collab. Gone John, he's definitely the same way as me. I don't want to put on a shirt right now. Yeah, fuck that. Especially with the heat wave that's been going on lately. Oh, like the heat wave over here in the States is bad, but I know in Europe it is very bad. Like the heat is like, oh my God. Jesus. I don't even want to be in Europe right now. The heat is insane. Oh, damn. I almost forgot. So, when it comes to that situation, right? Before I begin, I'm going to list out why I didn't even get to the topic today. See, that's how much I ramble. That's my fault. Before I start the topic, if you want to support your boy Sir Yeetus and the War Band, the link on top of the chat, Cash App, is the best possible way to donate because the money goes directly to me. But if you don't have a Cash App, you can also do Super Chat or Super Thanks. If you don't want to donate, I don't care. I don't give a shit. Just sit back and relax and listen to the ramblings. Let me go ahead and do my thing when it comes to super chats, because you guys send a few in Cash App. So I got a super chat from Rusty River. Rusty River, once again, you are being very generous. Goddamn. Same thing as the last stream. Way too generous. Thank you very much for a donation, man. He says, God bless the War Band and Yeetus. Hey, we need all the blessing we need right now. We need all you guys to support. All you guys to support, because it is definitely an interesting time. Very interesting. Also, I got a super chat through Cash App from the Chaz. Thank you for the generous donation. Thank you. And I've seen your Discord. If we have time for call-ins, I'll definitely see if I can get you on. Oh shit. Gone with John through Cash App. Thank you much for the donation. He says, great stream, sir. Join me one day on the stream. Hey, let me know anytime. I can definitely give you Well, give me your email, and I can definitely hit you up immediately. Then we can definitely collaborate, see what you want to talk about. Too easy. Oh man, you guys are very generous tonight. Thank you very much. Oh, right when I turn my eyes away, there goes Channel donating some good stuff. Thank you, Channel, for the $5 New Zealand. Is a super sticker. I can't see the super sticker through StreamYard, but I'm assuming that it's pretty funny. Don't worry, I'm gonna check it out. Don't worry. And once again, gentlemen, I know there's still a lot of you guys are wondering what's going on with Undead Chronic. If you're wondering what's going on with Undead Chronic, after the stream, I will put down the link with Hammerhand that he explains the situation. Personally, I don't want to explain a situation that I do not have 100% knowledge of what's going on. So, Hammerhand, he'll give you the fine details. Um, at the moment, it's a waiting game. Right now, we're just waiting to see if Under Chronic is good to go or he'll be away from two for good. That's the only two choices right now. And at the moment, we're trying to see if he's able to come back with no issues. Because being visited by federal agents, that is no joke. Gentlemen, let me emphasize, that is no fucking joke. So hopefully you guys can understand why under Chronic he has to take a break and he has to lay low at the moment. Because at the same time, I told you guys once again, do I understand why he got mad about the PayPal situation? Yes. Do I agree how he handled the situation? No. But that's life, right? We all make rash decisions at times. And unfortunately, the rash decision, got under Chronic into the situation. So we're gonna let him try to hash it out. We're gonna let him try to figure out what he's gonna be doing. Okay. So just at the moment, just expect Under Chronic to be on a very long break. Okay. I repeat, expect Undead Chronic to be on a very long break. And if he's going to give any type of updates, he'll definitely let the rest of us know. But at the moment, it's definitely not a good time to try to bombard him. Like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's happening? You got blah, 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 blah. I really don't think Undead Chronic knows what's going on at the moment. He's just on standby. He's just waiting to see what's the next step. So at the moment, the war band is just going to be marching forward. We're just going to be doing our own thing. Okay? We're just going to be making our own content, business as usual. Because at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that's what Under Chronic will want. So it's no biggie, no issues, no drama, no type of beef or nothing. Okay, we just drive on with the mission. So I just got a cash app from RD. I'm not going to say your full name. Thank you for the generous donation. And he says, keep it up, good sir. Yes, I will keep it up. In fact, there's only two of us left per se that's truly keeping up the warband content. Me and Ribby. That's it. Rishi, he's doing his artwork, whenever he can. He comes back for his late night live streams. Or Manic, the man mechanic, he does his gaming. Riker, he's busy, so he's out there having an adventure. So it's pretty much just me and Ribby. And we can count Hammerhand as well, since he's pretty much associated with the warband. He's not in the warband, but he is closely associated with the warband. So best believe I'm definitely going to be pushing it forward because the grind doesn't stop for Sir Yeetus, and it does not stop for the warband. So, when it comes to why women are rushing in 2022 to get married, here's my input. Here's my standpoint. Right, we already know about the typical reasons, right? When it comes to the monetary gains and having this lavish wedding and all this other stuff. But here's the biggest thing that a lot of the men don't realize: the reason why women in 2022 they try to rush to go get married so bad, so they can A, clear out their past, B, won't be heavily criticized for their future. What do you mean by that, Sir Yeetus? What do you mean by that? I will let you know. So when it comes to a woman desperately trying to get a ring, what can society say, or what can friends and family say if she was able to secure a ring and become a wife? They can't really say much, even though you know that she slept with tens or hundreds, or hell, if she has been loose and a goose, she slept with 1,000 men. In her eyes, in her mind, her getting a ring will be able to pretty much wash that past away. But here's the kicker, gentlemen. Here's the kicker. I know there's plenty of women out there these days. They don't really care if their man knows about their past or not. It's the future, right? Because when this woman, they're able to get the bag. And I mean, get the bag. Once they get the ring from the husband, what can the husband do if the wife decides to step out and sleep with Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray? What can he do per se in 2022? 100 years ago, that would be a different story. But right now, what can the husband do if she decides to step out and cheat? Because I'm sure you guys already know about the classic quote, "It's cheaper to keep her." Yes, literally, for a lot of men in the West, especially today, it is cheaper to keep her. That is the slogan. And that is completely fucked up, but that it is what it is, though. It is what it is. Because what can you really do? Even when she's been hopping on the carousel for the last 5, 10, 15 years. And in my opinion, that's a fate worse than death. She undermines you as a man, undermines you as a husband, undermines you literally as a partner. She literally undermines you in every aspect. And I'm telling you, gentlemen, and that happens, and I've seen it happen. Because once again, you already know how crazy it gets in the military. So the husbands, they try to fill their heads with all these cheesy quotes, all these classic lies in their head, like, "Oh, happy wife, happy life. Oh, it's cheaper to keep her. Oh, the husband has to sleep on the couch." Just so that they won't get financially ruined. That's the only reason why the husband does not refund a wife that's promiscuous back into the streets. They're in fear of being financially ruined. And women know this. This is why, especially right now, this year, 2022, you're going to be seeing an increase. I've been seeing an increase already. But it's going to be even more increase of women trying to secure a marriage. Hell, they may or may not even resort to just courthouse weddings. And you already know these simps are going to be eating it all up. Oh yeah, you already know. So we already know, once again, women, they get married for monetary gains. Women, they get married so they can look good in the eyes of friends and family, but they never really talk about why they truly get married when it comes to them wanting their cake and eating it too. I repeat, they truly don't explain on why women want to get married. Because, in my opinion, the main reason in 2022 is so that they can have their cake and eat it too. They want to have a man to take care of them for the rest of their days. But at the same time, they want Pookie and Ray Ray on standby, right under their contacts, so they can get their back blown out. I'm not wrong. Please let me know if I'm wrong or not, because I'm definitely not wrong on this one. Because this is 2022 relationships, gentlemen. Once she knows that she has you under that government contract, she will run amok. Unless you are willing as a man to give up your finances to refund her back into the streets, which majority of married men are not willing to do, you have no choice but to sit down and be an empty shell of yourself while she's literally nagging you, demeaning you, saying you ain't shit, you ain't that. I should have married this guy, I should have married that guy. Hey, I'm very pissed off. I'm going to be going out for the night, and you won't see me for the next couple days because Pookie and Ray Ray will be sliding in the vicious innards. We'll be sliding in them guts. They want us to get married so bad, gentlemen. They want us to get married so bad. But I'm just telling you right now, that's literally what's going to be happening, right? And let's just say if it doesn't happen, right? Let's just throw that away. Why will you get into a commitment where the person that you are committed to can break the contract at any time? I repeat, any time, and get rewarded for it. Why would you ever put yourself in that position? I'm just keeping it real. And of course, Midtown Podcast late again. Yes, yeah, I'm late again, even though I was literally 5 minutes early. It's all good. It's okay. Buckaroo. So chances are you will have at least one female leader who wants to break your will in the service. If you ignore them and they and don't react, they go insane. I wouldn't say go insane. They'll go very passive aggressive. I wouldn't say they'll go insane. They'll go passive aggressive. They'll just how do I say? They'll try to punish you without making it look noticeable. So yeah, pretty much hardcore passive aggressiveness. They're not gonna go insane, no. Because once again, women are not confrontational. Women will not confront a grown ass fucking man face to face on that shit. They will get very, very sarcastic. They'll be very demeaning. They'll be very, how do you say, backhanded comments. Remember, women's best weapon is to destroy your reputation. All right. So, based on what I explained to you just now, gentlemen, and I really do want to have a quick survey. Fuck the, putting up a survey on my YouTube. I want one or two. Gentlemen, based on what I just said right now, do you want to get married in 2022? Put a one, yes. Put a two, no. I repeat, do you want to get married? Put a one, yes. Put a two, no. Based on what I just told you right now about the situation. And once again, gentlemen, I'm not saying that you can't get married. If you want to get married, you are your own man. I cannot control you. It is what it is. You are your own person. But, but, but at least you will be going into the marriage knowing the consequences. So if you do get married and then you get dragged along your face across the divorce and family court, you can't say, I didn't know. I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't know what the fuck. Now I'm living in my car. Oh my God, she won't let me see my kids. She's 3 states away. I have no idea where they at. I told you not to do it, but you did it anyway, which is all good. Your choice. But I'm still gonna point and laugh at you. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You should have known better. You should have known that there are literally how your grandmother or your great grandmother present themselves, they don't exist anymore. They lived in a different era. They lived in a different time. Right now in 2022, this is a whole different time. A whole different time to the point where there's never in recorded history that the dating dynamics have to deal with social media. And once again, gentlemen, what are you talking about social media? Because instead of women, they had to worry about the men in their town. They are able to contact men around the world. Around the world. And they're able to monetize off of that too, depending how young they are or depending how attractive they are. And both, right? Depending on how attractive and young they are. Right? Because a 19, 20-year-old ditzy chick that wants to do some cam girl bullshit will be making a shit ton of money compared to a 30-something-year-old woman that tries to relive her fucking past as a young 20-year-old. Men can't do that. Men, we can't do it. We can't monetize off of our looks, and most of you guys know that we can't monetize off our looks. It's always been, hey, are you able to produce? Are you able to make something for yourself? Are you able to do something to a point where it will benefit not just you and your family? It will benefit your community. That's literally how it is. And to put it in simpler terms, as men, we already know the simple rules. Thrive or perish. I repeat, thrive or perish. But and women, they have the privilege of living in their delusions. They really do believe that no matter how many schlongs they jump on, no matter how many dudes that they sucked off, there will always be that Prince Charming, that perfect Prince Charming that they have in their head that will be waiting for them at the end of the rainbow. But newsflash, that perfect Prince Charming doesn't exist. It doesn't exist whatsoever. Oh no. And then they are the same ones, right? That turn down the good average man, right? They're the ones that turn down, oh, you're lame. Oh, you don't got no swag. Oh, you're too nice. You this or that. They're the very same ones when they hit their mid to late 30s, possibly a single mother, literally in debt, hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. They will be blaming men like you, the good average men, on why they're in that predicament. But at this moment, gentlemen, at this case, and I know majority of you guys have this mentality, but like, why would you care at this point? Why would you care at this point where society and modern women are just treating men as walking ATMs? Why would you give a damn at this point? Why would you care if all that they want is your money and also your seed? Give it either. Don't give it to them. What can they do? Unless they break the law, they can't do shit. That's the biggest thing about bachelors, gentlemen. Bachelors has been hated for over 100 years. Hell, at least the most the earliest record that I've seen, 104 years, bachelors has been hated because they can't be controlled. They can't be told what to do. They can't be extorted out of their wallets. They can't take a bachelor's money. It's been happening for a lot longer than you guys realize, gentlemen. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, there's plenty of reasons right now. I'm sure you guys can name a few of them on why women are rushing at this moment to try to get into a relationship and or get married, especially the marriage part, because recession is no joke. It is no joke whatsoever, and it's only going to get worse. The single man that was able to uh, handle their money and invest correctly or save correctly, they'll barely feel it, depending on how crazy the recession gets. All these women out here, have you noticed how many more streetwalkers are out here right now? Because the recession that is barely beginning, in my opinion, they never invested, they never saved, they never put no 401k, no Roth account, no nothing. They literally just spend on those Louis Vuitton bags, those Gucci bags, and try to pretend to be Kardashians. And now look, now they're dressing and skipping clothing, trying to get, at least $20 or half a sandwich. It's very big in California. Very big. Whoa, cesspool. What you mean? What you mean, cesspool? What is this? What is this? What do you mean, R.I.P. Michael J. Fox? What happened to Michael J. Fox? What happened to Michael? Oh, hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Oh, that's probably a joke with some. Yeah, I don't think he's dead unless somebody can give me some information. But Michael J. Fox can't be dead. No. Mike, new subscriber here. Hey, what's going on, Mike? I'm just here pretty much explaining male issues and what males go through when it comes to relationships and society as a whole. So, if you're willing to listen to my content or watch all my videos, I'll greatly appreciate it, man. Greatly appreciate it. I put a decent amount of work into them, right? I don't do it full time, but I do good enough to the point where it gets the messages across. Do. Buckaroo, you never subbed? What? Why didn't you sub? Sub. Go ahead, click that subscribe button. It's all good, man. It's all good. But hey, I'm gonna invite the one, the only Great Ghost. What's going on?
Good evening, Marvin. Sorry, Yeet. I was just completely wiped afterwards.
Oh, I can definitely tell. That's why I didn't make a big deal whatsoever. Come on, motherfucker. Okay, here we go. All right. So I'm assuming you just woke up.
Yeah. Woke up with like, shit. Here I am. So,
Oh shit! But I spoke a good amount for a good hour, pretty much. Um, what is your perspective when it comes to why women are rushing to get into marriage in 2022? There's various reasons. Various reasons. I explained a couple reasons that wasn't explained before, which I said, hey, when it comes to marriage, uh, It's very difficult to discredit a wife compared to discrediting a girlfriend in the sense of if she goes out and sleep with Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray, the wife will have more leeway per se than, just a girlfriend, like the reputation wise. So that's why I explained. But what do you have?
I'd say closer to like the video RPM put out earlier today. Like they're feeling the indifference. They're feeling men start to really not give a shit anymore, and in larger numbers. Like
I
more of
definitely
their,
agree.
yeah,
I
like
agree.
more of their they're being left on red a lot more. They're seeing people disappear from social media.
But I am assuming it's because of Chad and Tyrone. They got so many options at this point, they can't keep up.
Mm,
Because they're winning in the dating market. Chad and Tyrone are winning. They're winning right now.
yeah, but okay, that's the thing. But Chad and Tyrone don't pay for dinner.
No, but you see why majority of women base their impressions on men uh based on their dealings with Chad and Tyrone, because that's only who they're going for.
Well, the ones they have the emotional associations with, yes, I'm with you there. But I'm also trying to think like, how does a woman decide her mood? Like, who does she go for? Because like Chad and Tyrone's affection don't have to completely disappear for a woman to go, okay, I need to start like going for Brad and whatnot. Like go for the lesser Chads, go for the 70 percenters and the 60 percenters instead of the 80 and 90 percenters.
That's when the wall kicks in. Chad and Tyrone, Pookie, and Rary are the main reasons the single mother rate skyrocketed. Once again, they mainly go for them. And only when they hit the wall, post wall, I'm talking about they hit at the speed of light, then all of a sudden, yeah, you hear me, Chad. All of a sudden, after all these years, they know exactly where to find the good man.
But that's the thing. I'm trying to think of a good metaphor for this. So, okay, let's assume just kind of a ridiculous parachute. Like, so you're skydiving, and you got your parachute bag, but instead of just one cord to pull your parachute, you've got like 100. Then you're skydiving and you see it start to disappear. And okay, maybe now you've only got 95 options, 90 options. You're still chill. But then if a full half of them disappear, if you went from 80 options to 40 options in a couple minutes, then you'd start to get scared. Like, yeah, you still got 40 options, but that's half of what you had a couple minutes ago. That making sense?
Oh, it makes sense, but at the same time, since they have all those options, they're going to pick the prettiest looking handle from the parachute.
What's the thing? Like at 40, they might not pull the parachute right away, but they're maybe going to start trying to like grab a hold of it. And maybe some of them are going to disappear under their grip. They're going to start getting scared, basically. They're going to see the options start to disappear faster than they anticipated.
Okay, so besides that, then, why else are women right now, the 2022, are in a rush? Because I have been seeing that lately. Hot girl summer ended early, gentlemen. I've seen a lot of girls talking about relationships and shit right now. Why do you think that, Gray?
Well, I think that it's kind of related where the foodie calls have stopped working. The OnlyFans numbers are drying up. Like, they're not getting as many, if any, responses. They're not getting picked up in the club. Like, yes, there's still Brad and Chad and whatnot. Like, they can still get it. But, like, there's a bunch of Brad and Chads that'll just pick them up at the end of the night, whatever. But they're accustomed to things being better. Like if you're okay, this way, if your viewers per stream and likes per video, all of a sudden like went down by half or a quarter, you'd notice.
Yes, I will be curious on why that happened.
And that's what I think many women are getting right now. Like, because resources are getting thinner, I'm pretty sure that tourism too is down. Like, social media is starting to die bit by bit. Like, like, the power of the thirst might be eternal, but simps only have a finite amount of resources. Like,
yeah.
So, like, simps can only spend money on so many OnlyFans girls. They can only pay attention to so many social media accounts at one time.
Well, when it comes to that, right? Would you say inflation is part of it? Fears of World War III is a part of it?
Yeah. I can say that's definitely a contributor. I guess it depends how much fear mongering there is for World War III in the mainstream. Like, I can honestly say I don't particularly follow too much of the mainstream mood anymore.
Well, currently China already surrounded Taiwan with their live fire exercise because of the Pelosi visit. And that is facts. Sorry for the long pause. I'm looking at these memes.
Yeah. Okay. I definitely see where you're coming from there. So it could definitely be a huge part of it. Like women are lonely that they don't have anyone to talk to about all the bullshit quite as much. Which I think would tie into the absence of simps. Like, they've got fewer shoulders to cry on.
Oh, very few. So, yeah, because a lot of the men these days, they're just focusing on themselves. They're trying to look out for themselves and their families.
Yeah, not to mention, chances are there's been a lot of additional sicknesses recently.
Oh, that shit. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, like, seeing all these sick people and then these women wondering, well, shit, who do I have? And realizing they don't have anyone to put on their dependents, or they have dependents. Like, a bunch of them have probably lost a relative or known a friend who got sick recently, and they realize, shit, yeah, I can get my back blown out every week, but if there's an emergency, I don't have somebody to call.
But and once again, I never really took feminism or this empowerment bullshit seriously in the first place. But you gotta love, they and gentlemen, teach your future young men in the future this. They love to preach about how empowered and how independent and how whatever they are, even though they already surviving off the backs of men in the first place, right? Surviving off the lives of men in the first place.
Well,
but as soon as things are getting a little bit, Oh, you guys want equal equality? Okay, go ahead and sign on the dotted line. Here's your weapons. Oh, you said you pregnant now? Oh, oh, you know what a woman is now? I don't need to be a biologist to dictate what you are. No, too late. You said that baby was just a clump of cells. Let's go ahead and abort that little bastard so you can go ahead to the front lines.
Actually, on that note too, there's been more competition. So, you know how when there's a large amount of male immigrants, men will probably start to talk more about jobs and job opportunities because those have
Agreed.
started to go down. Well, when there's a large influx of female refugees to an area, now the women are starting to feel the pressure for their career options, let's say.
Yes, and then the women that are already here in America, they start to feel the pressure because now, more likely than not, more and more men are going after those immigrants.
Well, that's the thing. You've got a whole bunch of single Eastern European women who aren't nearly as feminized popping over and looking for some sort of stability. And it's working.
But as soon as you get the Mexican chick that knows how to cook you a good tamales or good um how you say those the burritos, the tacos, and all that stuff, and able to cook you some great meals, right? With the rice and refried beans and just
Oh,
just
heck, they don't even have to go that far. I've heard praise for just a girl that isn't openly covered in piercings and is participating in bed. Like, that's the.
I'm saying is at the end of the day, they will rather pick that immigrant woman that's able to cook great meals, able to make sure that their man feels appreciated, and possibly, right, because well, possibly are a lot more loyal than the Western women that are already here. So, bam, Western women here has even more of a fucking competition because the culture in Mexico is way different than the culture in the States. That I know.
Yeah, like, but that's the thing. Like, so again, simp power might be eternal, but simp time and resources aren't. And so, like a simp that, like a woman can't have a simp left on red, or she's going to see that her safety line is now posting on social media about the hot new piece of ass they're banging.
Right, and once again, the hot new piece of ass. Uh, I wouldn't even say Ukrainian women. Fuck that. Uh, let's just say down south, right? Uh, they're they're way more likely to be taught by their parents, let alone their mother, to know how to cater to a man, compared to the women here that is taught to compete with a man.
That's the thing. They at the very least know how to. There's a very least bait in the bait and switch. Like the modern, like Western woman nowadays, there's not even bait on the hook. It's just a naked hook thrown into the water.
Yeah, because once again, if you met the girl back in Mexico, then the attitude will be much different, right? Because the laws and stuff are probably different down there. But I see what you're saying. If she comes over here, eventually, I'll say within 2 weeks, she'll be no different than the rest.
Well, no, that's the thing. She once
Mm,
they're married, then they switch.
it's only a matter of time. I agree.
Like I said, like yes, it's a matter of time, but the women who are trying, like for the sake of competition, it doesn't matter if like it's just a couple weeks in. Like all it takes is a couple weeks of maybe making food, participating in bed, or just a couple of weeks of not openly being a bitch. That's all it takes to hook a simp, because they are that bloody starved for attention and sex.
Not surprised,
Right?
yeah. I see what you're saying.
That's the thing. Like, these feminist women, if they, okay, like, I mean, they can't do much about the fucking tattoos, but if they took their piercings out at the very least and adopted a better attitude and were willing to do that for a couple months, then they could probably compete on a very similar level. Like, they could, but the very fact that they have to compete at all, rather than having a whole bunch of like starving men on standby, that's enough to spook them. And so now, like, they're seeing the trad cons find more success. They're seeing, because that's the thing, like, you get it, like, you're gonna have a women like, why didn't Chad stick around, why are my betas leaving me, and they're going to start searching, and eventually they're going to run into like female dating strategies and red-pilled women. Like, seriously, imagine how desperate you have to be as a woman, like how badly things are going, if you're actually looking up dating advice as a woman.
Pretty bad.
Yeah. So the very fact that they even have to think about something that they probably haven't had to think about their entire life, it's spooking them. And of course, they get highly emotional. They'll go for the first emotional reaction, and that is trying to secure a guy. Yeah, she's not going to be loyal to the dude. She's still going to cheat on him. But now she's going to make sure that she has something more guaranteed in the bag before she runs around and gets her back blown out all the time.
Yep. Like I said before, it's all about mainly her reputation. Security is one thing, but reputation is key. Because once again, it's a lot more difficult to discredit a married woman than just a girlfriend or a side chick. Way more difficult. And in fact, if she's able to secure that ring, anything that she done in the past, any type of degeneracy, is wiped out in her eyes.
And additionally, also look at crime. Crime is up. Violence is up.
It's true, yeah.
So a woman might be fine getting her backbone out all the time, but then she hears something go bump in the night, and she thinks about the terrifying story that she saw on Facebook yesterday, and she's gonna start like going on TikTok and start singing the praises of relationships.
And they're the same ones that majority of them, they don't believe in gun laws.
Oh, they believe in gun laws now. Well, that's the thing. They're all about the deregulation. Because I remember there were a bunch of leftards like way out in California and whatnot a couple of years back who were absolutely shocked at how hard it was for them to get a gun because they had to follow the laws that they themselves had voted in for restrictions.
You talking about Canada, right?
No, not the U.S.
Oh, U.S. Oh, well, I never heard.
Yeah,
of
like
that.
it was a couple of years back, but yeah, there was like some kind of big scare or whatever. A whole bunch of. I think it was when the peaceful protests really started to kick off.
So it was New York.
I think California too.
Yeah, New
But
York.
yeah, but it was like a whole bunch of like Democrat-run shitholes. Bunch of people all of a sudden got scared and wanted to feel reassured that they had the Second Amendment protecting them, and were surprised to find out that there's an extensive waiting period in background checks.
No, I'm not surprised, especially in those commie states. Shit. I'm gonna read this right quick. Lego My Ego, is the scary campfire stories? Because I can see both of Yeetus and Gray Ghosts sitting in the log outside the deep, scared, dark woods with creepy spirits in the background. Oh, is it okay? Well, he's not wrong. Lego's not wrong because he technically is seeing that right now. But
And I mean, like, let's be honest, this is probably fucking terrifying to somebody. We're just so used to living it.
honestly, I wouldn't mind doing that. You know, starting or ending the stream with a feminist story, like a snapped story, where the woman goes crazy and do some heinous crimes. I can look up articles and do that. I think that'd be pretty legit. You know what? That's not a bad idea. You know, Gray's now farting out that purple fog. You don't see the Kush. You don't see the you don't see the blunt right there. Oh shit! But hey, Gray. Any other thing to say about the topic today, or do you have anything else to say? Anything else?
I'd say, honestly, the financial pressure, too. Like, we've seen a lot of women get laid off recently. Like, gaming journalist websites have dropped off. A bunch of tech companies have dropped their diversity hires. And those are just the big names, too. Like, with like the rise of a bunch of inflation, I'm pretty sure there's been a lot of fat being trimmed and a bunch of safety nets being cut. So the financial pressure is another reason for a woman to start to pull her parachute cord a lot sooner than she normally would.
Yeah, that's gonna roll downhill very quickly the more the recession hits. I can see this being a very bad downward spiral when it comes to the economy.
Actually, in Canada right now, the support staff for schools are complaining that they need like an 11% raise now.
Based on what's been going on in the schools, I will say no.
Yeah, well, specifically, this is the support staff, so it's like the TAs and I think like the janitors, not the teachers themselves, but they're still, affiliated with all that bullshit.
Are you talking about the lunch ladies and shit?
Yeah.
Okay, that's different. All right, yeah, that's a different okay, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant like the teachers themselves. I'm like,
Nah, this is specifically the support staff, not the teachers, but they're complaining that their wages haven't kept up with inflation, and I quote, they deserve more than the crumbs the government has been giving them. I mean, like, motherfucker, you probably may make more than me. Like, and you work half as fucking hard, so. And you're still like fucking teachers, so you still get you still run on teacher hours. There's no need for a lunch lady during the summer, so if you got time to fucking sit around and bitch and complain, you can get another job and start making ends meet there.
Yeah, don't bite the hand that feeds you. God damn. Talk about crumb. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. So much for being strong and independent, trying to figure shit out on their own. Already looking to daddy government for a little bit of change.
Yeah, and you know that it's primarily women complaining about this stuff. But that's the thing, like women's jobs, I think as we've discussed earlier, they don't pick careers that grow over time. They tend to pick careers that more or less hover around the same price level. Like, they really just get a job and then they just stick around in that same job, complain about a glass ceiling, and say that this is their career.
Yeah, they chose to do that job because it's comfortable and it revolves around socializing with people. You can think of a few jobs that that pretty much contributes to that.
So that would be the other thing I'd say contributing to marriage. Like if a woman, like normally a woman will like mess around for a while in her career, and then only when it starts to get hard will she start to initiate cuffing season. Whereas now, if they're being let go of their jobs early, or at least feel the threat that they could be let go of their jobs early.
Yep. And just like what RPM said, there's more and more men. I'm assuming that's why, probably not the war band, but, we were making a dent. But the quote unquote mainstream manosphere are making some type of influence to make men more cold-hearted, which they should. Which men should be more cold-hearted these days. Why? Why would you try to give your warm embrace to people that looks at you as lower than dirt?
And that's the other thing too, is that oftentimes if you are warm and open and generous to someone, they will feel more comfortable treating you like dirt. Even amongst men too. Like it's not just women that follow this behavior pattern, but like there's scuzzy men out there too. So men have to be cold-hearted not just with regards to women, but also men who would fuck with them.
I completely agree. But last message to the war band, because I'm going to be handing it over to Manic. Manic has a video.
All right.
And anything else to say? Or are you good?
No, I think that's everything I've been able to dig out there.
All right, too easy. I'm gonna address Hermit's $2 donation. Thank you very much for the donation. What is you guys' definition of a Brad? He sounds like he has a punchable face. What about you?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Brad, I'd consider like if a Chad's an 80 to 90%er, then the Brad is the 60 to 70%er. Like he's high enough that he's still capable of getting the odd woman, but he strives to be the Chad. But for whatever reason, be it genetics or like effort put in or just a run of bad luck, he's not quite there.
That is true, but hey, thank you guys for joining. I know it's been a pretty quick stream, but I've been trying to keep it short lately because I'm not a fan of keeping you guys up for the next 2 or 3 hours. This is your boy, Sir Yeetus in Gray. Hopefully, you guys had a bunch of gems dropped on you today, and I appreciate everybody that donated the shekels to the Cash App or to Super Chat. Manic, the Manic Mechanic, will be having a video. So if my redirect works, it will redirect you guys to his premiere video. So thank you very much, and we are out. Peace.
Peace out, Warband.